Hello everyone. Give me 1 second. Let me get set up here and make sure chat and everything is set up. So hang on a sec. Hey Blue Skies. How are you? Okay. So my desk is a total wreck and it's fine. I mean, it's not. It's been actually driving me crazy, but we're going to roll with it. Um, as long as I have enough space to do everything I need to do, I'm all right. He's doing good. We took him to get his nails clipped today, and that was the funniest thing ever. Um, he is a straight clown, and he showed up and showed out in PetSmart, and everybody loved him, even though he was in there literally fighting the groomer. Um, the people who had him before us, you can tell they never took him to a groomer because once she took him from me, the fight was on. The fight was on. Um, but since we've been back, he hasn't been limping. I haven't seen any limping. He hasn't been hopping on his 3 legs, so we think it was his nails. But we're just watching him to make sure. But when I say he showed up and showed out in that place, I was borderline embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. I told her, I said, I am so sorry. He was tearing that lady up. I was like, Yuki, oh no. I was like, because they have like a really big window you can watch through. And when I say he was tearing her up, I was like, oh, I opened the door back. I was like, I'm so sorry. She said, girl, it's fine. I got him. Going back out. I said, oh, okay. So after he basically whooped her behind, he calmed down and he let her clip him. You know, he still was kind of like a little fidgety, but he let her clip him ultimately. And, you know, she gave him a little trim on the house. She trimmed, because the package I got was just supposed to be, you know, a nail clip, nail grind, and then they were supposed to like kind of trim his sanitary areas. She trimmed the paw pads, she trimmed his ears, she trimmed the hair that grows in front of his eyes. She gave him a nice brush and she hooked him up. She she made him smell good. She sprayed something on him and he got a little cute bandana. And you know, I had to hurry up and get pictures because he don't know how to act in his clothes. So he don't know how to treat him like church clothes. He be out there like just playing and everything. So after the fight, though, he was perfectly fine. He was in PetSmart barking and playing at everybody. He just wanted to play, but he don't know how to play without barking and giving everybody a heart attack. And everybody just loved him, but you know, it was comedy. I got him a new collar because the one he has on, it was getting kind of small, so I got him another one. And you know, he's been hanging out ever since. He's good. So I think that could have been it, but we're still just, you know, kind of watching him. Um, right now, he's hanging out behind me, laying down, probably getting ready to take a nap, which is good because he's been on 10 all day. So, um, you know, his nails look so much better. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So, I was on Instagram scrolling and I keep coming across this guy. He has a YouTube too. I think his YouTube is like I want to say Kesh Art. What is his YouTube name? Yeah, I think it's just Kesh Art. And first of all, I love his little drawing style. Well, he has multiple art styles, but I love his like main art style. And he has like this challenge. It's a 100 and I should have saved the picture, the screenshot on my tablet because it's on my phone. And oh, never mind. It switched over to my tablet too. Okay, I guess because they're connected. But anyway, um, his Instagram name is Kesh RT, so I guess like Kesh Art. But it is 100 days of sketching. I think I put 100 days of drawing, but hey, it's fine. Anyway, same thing. This is the 2024 prompt list. So basically, that's Yuki and Roscoe. um, you're supposed to sketch for 100 days. So I'm actually on day 2. I did day 1 at work, but I think I want to take it to another level. So when I sketch whatever it is I'm going to sketch, I think I want to also make it into a full. I don't just want it to be a sketch. I want to line it and, color it, so on and so forth. So I may or may not follow, it might not be exactly 100 days. I think I'm just going to make my way through the list because I want to expand my drawing visual library, which is not the greatest right now. So while I was at work yesterday, I did the first one, which was cactus, and I just did it in my sketchbook because why not? So I just drew a bunch of cactus, and I still need to line it and color it, so we might do that today. But so like since yesterday was cactus, technically today is supposed to be fish pants, whatever that means. I guess you can interpret it however you want it to, but I feel like I'm still on day 1 because I need to line it and I want to color it and I want to make it look pretty, and then I'll move on to the second one, which is fish pants. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. I think I'm just going to put some line work down and we're gonna color it. But here is my cactus. This one I struggle with a little bit for some reason. So I tried to do a small version. The smaller one came out kind of cool, but this one just, I don't know, it doesn't really look like a cactus plant. I might retry that one day. But I do like the ones that have like the little different shapes and stuff to them. This one was pretty fun too. I think I used a reference for this one. And then I start like kind of practicing with the different shapes and sizes on my own. And I even did a little cactus sprite. And you can kind of see them hanging out here on the side too. So I, now what happened to the chat? It just, okay, fine. Okay, there we go. You like the one with the eyes? What, this one? Or this one? So yeah, so I was doing that at work, and then plus my side wasn't, I mean, it was busy, but I still had some time to get some sketching in. But before we do some line work, I did want to show, I did like a little video of my haul, but I changed my mind and I decided I just wanted to show it to you guys on my stream instead. So the one in the pot. I got a pencil sharpener, and this one is a just like a hand cranking one, and it makes music. But I turned the music off because I got annoyed with it after a while. But it has 5 levels of sharpness, and of course naturally you can stop it before that. And I tried to sharpen some of my polys, and they came out pretty good, considering. So whenever I get annoyed with the smaller ones, I will have that one to use. I had to get, I was driving myself crazy. And then sometimes the hand ones, the ones where you just, twist. Yuki, calm down. They make my hands hurt after a while. So Having this crank one is nice. It's better than, having an automatic sharpener that eats up your pencil. So I think this one's nice. I'm gonna roll with this one for a while and see how it how I fare with it. Um, but the main thing that I wanted to talk about that I got was I did it. I got a nice big old set of the Hemi gouache. This is just the paper because the gouache is over here. I'm going to show you. But I got 112 colors in the twin cups. And I was determined to get some gouache that I could just use and play with and didn't have to worry about kind of like using it up or, using it on stuff that you know what I mean? Using my good gouache on practice stuff and not knowing what I was doing with it. So I got the big set. And unfortunately, I can't zoom out anymore. But I will open it. It comes in this big old airlock case. And those are the colors. I was taking a toothpick and stirring them up. But I got tired around half right here. So um, these 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 colors or 14 colors I didn't do with the toothpick, but I'll get around to it. But the rest of them are nice and stirred and ready to go. And yeah, I I got the one with all the colors because I don't like mixing colors. I probably should learn, but I really don't like mixing colors. With my kind of style of coloring, like when I'm coloring my own stuff, it's usually very heavily cell shaded and it's kind of like blocky. So I figured, yeah, this is like paint. It's gouache. So gouache is like watercolor and acrylic had a baby, basically. Um, you can re-wet it. So this isn't acrylic gouache. This isn't the stuff I normally use, which is acrylic gouache. Acrylic gouache, once it's dry, you can't re-wet it. This one, on the other hand, once it's dry, you can re-wet it. So you have to be careful. I'm gonna have to learn how to not re-wet something once I put the color down. But I'm not gonna say I hate mixing colors, but I just really don't like mixing them. I like the having the colors conveniently there for me. If I need to make something a little darker or a little lighter, then that's different. But um, I really would prefer not to mix my colors if I can help it. So it has like a nice set of greens. I like the greens, especially like these. I was calling them like stony greens, but I don't know. But I really like those. It even has like some good skin tone colors in here. Not that I really draw real people or anything like that, but still it's nice. And I like the purples. The pinks are nice too, but I feel like it's more purples than pink, which is really good. I think they could have probably added some more browns because there's not that many like brown, like reddish browns in here. I think it's only like the two. And then I do like the grays though. We got some nice French grays or warm grays. I'm not really sure. And then we have some regular grays, but it's lacking in the browns. Other than that, it is nice. I mean, you can always mix brown, and then you can always do some things with these two browns, make them lighter, darker, and then it has like some khaki kind of brownish colors. So I wish maybe it could have had a little bit more browns, maybe taking out some of these greens, but I think it's okay. And they got a good, it's just got a good balance of colors for what it is. And they just come in these little cups. Take one out. It's like a little twin cup. And I put the number on them so I know what color they are. But they just come in these little cups and it's nice and juicy and also messy. I had to fight, first of all, taking the paper off of these, some of these things was a fight in itself. But when it came to like stirring them up and everything, it was kind of a fight because then it started getting messy. They start coming all off the side and everything. So I had planned on showing you guys that whole setup, but it literally took me hours just to um, stir up the ones I did. And then my hands start hurting. I was like, you know what? So I was like, I will just do that. And then I started swatching them, but then I messed up because I start going in the way it is here instead of going the way I wrote it. So I had to start over and wherever I set that paper at. Oh, it's right here. So I had to start over and I started swatching them. And then my swatch paper has like this weird line going through it. I don't know what that is. Um, don't know where it came from. Don't know what it is. It doesn't seem to want to erase. So that's kind of annoying, but it's fine, I guess. But it's there. Um, so I have to re-put the names on these because I was kind of swatching them in the wrong way. And then I did do the other one, so I have to pay more attention when I'm swatching them because I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or what was going on, but I kind of zoned out and did it the wrong way. So I'm still in the middle of swatching those, and I was like, I'm just gonna show them off on live because just taking the paper off and stirring it up was a whole like almost day's worth project. So I was like, yeah, I didn't have the energy for it. So I was like, it's fine. I'll just show you guys on my live. And I was gonna opt for a smaller set, but it was like the colors were kind of odd in the smaller sets. Had to stop for something to drink, dying of thirst. The colors were like, it was kind of like mismatched. So I just opt for these, and I am going to. What is going on here? Okay, yeah, so I want to color the cactus page with these, but we gotta line it first. I was thinking of not lining it first and lining it afterwards, but I want to see how well I can stay in the lines with these, and if I can stay well within the lines like I could with my actual acrylic gouache, then we'll be in the game. And then I also got, oh, I found my paintbrushes naturally after I bought some more. I bought these, and these are supposed to be like for acrylic and oil, I guess. So these are the Hemi paintbrushes. I'm gonna take these little paper things off. These annoy me. I know they're there to like protect the brush and stuff, but they're kind of annoying. And they're okay. They're a little hard to get off too for some reason. So in this set, you get 2 rounds, 2 flats. No, yeah, 2 rounds, 2 flats, 2 detail brushes, a fan brush, 2 rounds, 2 flats, 2 line brushes. What else? A filbert brush. That's the other one. I'm like, I know I'm counting 7. I'm missing one. Yeah, a filbert brush. So I don't really use the fan brushes. I don't even know what those are for. Like I said, I'm not really a know everything about painting type of person. So I have no idea what this brush is for. I'm assuming it's for like something specific, but I never use these. But these I do use. So they are a nice size too. I like this filbert brush and the flat. Which I hear that when you're using acrylics and stuff, you're supposed to mainly use flats. So I don't know how well and how true that is, but that's a thing. And then it came with like this little cloth. I guess you can wipe your brush on when you're using it, which I just been using paper towels, but I guess I should probably use this, so I'm gonna leave that out. But Naturally, after I bought these, and these were cheap too, I think they were only like $7. I don't know how well they work. I haven't used them yet, but they have the little Hemi thing on there. But naturally, after I bought these, I found my bucket of paintbrushes. So you can only imagine my face when I found these and was like, of course I was gonna find them after I went and bought another set of brushes. So, because this one, I don't even know, this is probably not the best place to store them. I don't even know why I stored them in here. But like some of my favorite brushes are in here. So that's why I was having a panic because I couldn't find them. I don't know why that's in there. That's not really a paintbrush. Some of my favorite brushes were in here and I was spazzing out because I was like, where are my paintbrushes? Like, these are my, especially these four, they're like my tried and true. And this one here that I've had for like decades and it's like really gross, but and kind of wobbly and falling apart. But I was really losing my mind because I was like, these are some of my favorites in here and I couldn't find any of them. And like this one I've been using for so long that I had to tape the thing down because it was like coming off and everything, like when I tell you. So I was like spazzing because I was like, wait a minute. And then my Princetons were in here too. So, and those are really good. And I'm just like, where are my brushes? And I couldn't find them and I was losing my mind. And but I found them. And you know, some of these probably, like I said, is not the best place to store them because they're getting bent up. But I have like a bunch of detail brushes that I use. And mind you, I don't paint like that. But when I do paint, I like to have what I have, if that makes any sense. And so when you use something for so long, even my little crusty brush that I use for like glitter and stuff, you can see the glitter is still on it. Um, when you use something for so long and then you misplace it, it's like, uh-oh. And I was really spazzing. I was like, where? And I was tearing up my room and trying to figure out what could have possibly happened and what I could have possibly done to not know where my brushes are. And I'm like, I know they can't be far because I use them. It's not something that, is just there. It's actually something that I use, and I was full on spazzing out. So I'm gonna keep them in here for now, but not the best place to store them, let me tell you, because that's a good way to give yourself a heart attack. So I usually just pull out my favorites, the ones that I use, and these are technically, I think, watercolor brushes, but hey, you know, they've been working for me, so I'm gonna pull them out, and then we'll try some of these Hemi ones too. So let me just throw these little, I hate, this is a waste of plastic to me. I feel like they can find a better way to store a paintbrush to send off to someone versus putting those things over that, and just a waste of, I don't know, to me it's just a waste of plastic. Anyway, let me grab my liner, and I think, all right, that's getting on my nerves, and so is this trying to go through my thing and not finding what I'm looking for. Okay, here it is. We'll use a 0.3 today. So I think I'm going to line one of these and then we'll color it. And then we'll line one and color it. I think that's the best way to do it. So you guys aren't just sitting here looking at me do line work on stuff. Unless, you want to. But let's color little cactus man in the pot. He seems the easiest to approach right now. We'll probably have to wait for this to dry. So after doing, you know, I think this only probably took me about 15-20 minutes because I was just like mindlessly just sketching cactus. I think I it's safe to say I have a few cactus um, drawings branded into my memory, so I can, if I need to draw like a desert scene or something like that, I know that I can draw some cactus. So that was, I think, I think that's the biggest thing I'm gonna take from this project is that I'll be able to. I don't think I'm gonna put the what do you call it in there yet. I think I'll be able to take from this like, hey, you know, I can draw a cactus if I need to. If nothing else in that desert scene looks normal, the cactus will. Because I took time to learn how to draw a cactus. So if I ever need to draw a cactus, I can either come to this page and reference it, or I can try to pull it from my visual memory. Like, hey, I've drawn a cactus before, and maybe even draw it better. Maybe. So I'm just giving that one time to dry. That's why I didn't immediately start coloring him. So I was like, this is a good thing. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna tackle fish pants. I have a few ideas, but I think they left it kind of generic on purpose. So when I do draw it, uh, it's gonna be kind of left to me what I interpret it as. So I think that I can put these lines in because that will help me with the shading. They look more like pumpkins than anything, but that's okay. All right, so let's see here. So anyway, that's kind of why I ended up streaming a little bit later today because we had ran all those errands and whatnot. So I am gonna want to try these here. So I haven't swatched any of these greens, but it's okay. We're just playing around with it, so it is what it is. It's not swatched, but we'll get around to that part one of these days. I have my really gross palette here that hasn't been cleaned since the last time I used it, and it's pretty gross, but that's okay. We'll just use like this gray spot or something. It's fine. I have another one, probably a little cleaner. Actually, it's much cleaner, but it is bigger, so that's a thing. But I guess it's cleaner, so we can use that. Totally unorganized as usual. So if you know me, you know me. You know that I don't. These streams be like extra unorganized, but they still be kind of fun. So, and I usually learn a lot from my art streams with you guys. So it's okay. Alrighty, got a clean one, so we're not using the filthy gross one. And I got some water already here. I just keep them in my old bath soak container because it has a screw lid on it, and I don't too much have to worry about knocking it over. Even though, you know, I'm sure it's gonna happen. It happens every time, but it's fine. So this little guy, I'm thinking of a nice bright green. Um, but I also have to think about the shading. So I think I'm gonna start with a nice flat brush. Well, this one's a filbert brush. I like the filbert brushes better than the just the straight flat ones because they have a rounder. Also, this sketchbook is not meant for water, but we're gonna do it anyway. Um, it has a rounder thing versus the flats is just, it's literally flat. So I like the filberts better. Um, I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna try to do it like they do it in the videos that I call myself watching and learning from. And they start with the darker color for some reason. I guess with acrylics and whatnot, you're supposed to start with the darker color and build the lighter colors on top. So we're gonna attempt that. Heavy emphasis on the attempt part. And I'm gonna just put a little bit of that here. I don't know how deep this is, but all right. And then we're just gonna go for it. Oh yeah, that's a nice green. It's like almost a blue green. But also I need it to be a little bit more solid. I think I put too much water. For the first go round. But we're just getting some color down, so, you know, work with me here. So I guess like this is where the flat part would come in handy, but I think I can get it just fine with the filbert brush too. Uh-oh, went outside the line there a little bit, but that's fine. But yeah, I think need a little bit more, it's not as opaque as I would like it to be. And you can always just put more on top like that. That's kind of what I was going for right there. And then we'll build the color on top. The lighter colors anyway. I could have gone for something smaller, but as far as the brush goes, but I figured it was a bigger area, so I mean, I didn't think I needed to go smaller, but it's fine. And also, this is not meant for water, so I'm also fighting the elements of the page as well, but hey. Let's see if we can get him to look like a cactus. He looked like a cactus at the start. We've added paint to him, so I believe in our little cactus man. Uh-oh, still going outside the line there, but it's fine. Right? Okay. Trust the process, they say. So I've been told, just trust the process, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, sure, because it's looking a little, I'm gonna go a little bit smaller than that. That's probably a little bit too, I'm gonna try this Hemi one, actually. that's actually meant, because the one I was using is meant for watercolor. So let's see if there's actually a difference. I do like the smaller one. This also seems a little bit stiffer. And anyone who's new here, I don't know what I'm doing. This is total practice for me. Just FYI. If you thinking I'm gonna get something amazing out of this, don't hold your breath. But poor Bubbles doesn't know what she's doing. But it's okay. We're gonna figure it out together. All right. So we got the base down. Now, I'm trying to think about how my style and how this brush got tainted blue. Can you see that? Mind you, we're using green. But anyway, I'm gonna bring in the next color, green. I think this is dry enough. Probably not. Probably should wait a little bit because I was able to. It seemed a little bit too easy, but let's go for it. Okay. Not enough water on here, but I didn't want to put too much water because I didn't want to activate the color underneath. Just being a chicken. Yeah, I got tainted blue for some reason. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but hey. This would probably go a lot better if we were on actual paper, the paper we're supposed to be on. But you can see it's starting to activate the color underneath. But it does kind of look like a cactus a little bit. I guess, it's blending fine, I guess. Not sure. It's a bit messy. But it's also kind of fun, so it's okay. I think it's doing what it should be doing. So for this one, I think I want the color, the shadows to be on top. So we'll just bring this around here. And then the other one, we'll do light colors first. We'll do it the other way around because this is kind of looking a little interesting, to say the least. But I can see it coming together. It's just that I also see that I probably need to blend it a little bit better. Maybe give it some more texture. I don't know. It's missing something. I can't wait to do like an image with miso and bow with this. I don't think I'm that adventurous yet, but I would like to try it. I think it would be pretty fun. Might start off with something small like I did with the other one, like on canvas. Like I have a small canvas. Do something like that. because I need to get used to this. I'm not used to the colors kind of running into each other the way they are. But it's also kind of nice for a blended look. So I can see why people play around with gouache so much, because it is kind of fun. It's a little hard to get those solid colors though. I'm gonna try to go from dark to light. I mean, from light to dark. It's not going through the paper, so that's good. I was a bit concerned about that. So I think we'll let it dry a little bit and we'll work on a different part of it. For some reason, I want this pot to be kind of like a bright color, like a red, bright red, like desert red, not bright red, but like desert red kind of. So I'm gonna start with a lighter color this time, and I'm just gonna put it down. This is just the kind of like the base. So I'll let that dry. He's a bit funny looking, our poor little cactus guy. He's probably like, what did you do to me? But I do like the way he's coming out. He's coming out okay. He's trying. He's probably seriously had enough of me already. Okay. Oh boy. Scared to put it down because I know it's still wet, but I'm impatient and I want to see what it does. But I know it's still wet. It's definitely still wet, but you can still get some nice blending done, I guess. Or maybe it's supposed to be semi-wet. And I guess I'm like trying to do it in like the way that I color, so it's kind of like like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm just testing it out. That's why I got the cheap paint, so I can play around and not worry about wasting paint. And they give you so much. It's so much in that little cup. So this is, yeah, you might have to wait for it to completely dry before you start throwing colors on top of it. You can get it on there. It's just that it's not going to be as opaque because the color underneath is still wet. Let me just make this a nice even line here. Like, because this one is still wet, it's kind of struggling a little bit. But hey, doesn't look too bad. It still kind of looks like a cactus. I mean, I'm gonna take just a wet brush and try to like blend some of this in together. Just came back in with some of that middle green that I was using because this one doesn't look like it got enough of it. So I'm just bringing some of it back in. Ooh, Lord. All right. If y'all think it looks like a cactus, then let me know, because all right, totally unintentional, but it did not come out in the style that I'm used to. It came out totally blended, which I'm not mad at, but it's not my style, so it kind of looks weird to me, but I actually like it. As far as the cactus part goes, anyway. It came out, I wouldn't say realistic, but I guess semi-realistic. More semi-realistic than I wanted it to. It was supposed to look not semi-realistic at all. But you know, hey, we take whatever we can get over here because at least it came out looking like something, I guess. I'm gonna put another layer down. That was way too much water. I think that's the problem I'm having. It's too much water. I don't know why I'm coming in with so much water, and this book isn't even meant for water. So we'll let that pot dry one more time. And the other side of the page is still looking pretty good. It hasn't gone through yet. So I guess it's taking some wet medium, which is nice. Not used to that. All right, so let's do this little guy at the bottom. This time, I'm going to go light to dark. So I have like this, we'll do whatever color green this is, I guess. This one is a good base color. I know you guys can't see the colors I'm choosing, but this palette is huge. So forgive me a little bit. Okay. All right. Let me I'm trying to kind of dampen not dampen, but I'm trying to not have so much water on the brush. There we go. See, that's what I was looking for. I think I was using too much water. So we're going light to dark this time. We'll see how that works. If anyone in the chat actually uses gouache and has some pointers, that would be great. Because with acrylic gouache, for some reason, I've got no issue using that. It's this one that, and like I said, it could be paper. Because when I use my acrylic gouache, I'm normally using it on the paper I'm supposed to be using it on. But I'm almost 99% sure it's user error. So, you know, let me not sit here and blame this paper because this paper probably ain't got nothing to do with it. It's definitely probably me. But we'll figure that out along the way. But I definitely just realized I was using too much water. So just go ahead and get all of that off. Wait for this to dry. Definitely not dry yet. So we'll have to wait for it to dry, and then once it dry, then I'll come back in with a different color because I do want to see if I can achieve my drawing style. So you guys know when I use the paint marker, for example, it's much more blocky, and I didn't even shade on that one. Where's the one we did together? So here, it's much more blocky, my style, versus this one is a bit realistic. So I want to try to achieve my normal style, if I can. So while I'm doing that, there's another one down here I'm going to line while we wait for it to dry. And this is just something random. This one, we'll probably do some paint markers on one of these. Or I can do some detail brushes because I have some. And then we can just do like something like that. I don't want to stick my hand in that one, so I'm trying to avoid doing that. It's interesting how it keeps blurring out what I'm doing because it's trying to focus on the pen versus the little thing here. So I'm trying to give it something to look at, but it keeps focusing out, and I'm trying not to make you guys dizzy. Maybe if I do that, let's see if it, you see how it focuses on the pen in my hand, but it won't focus on, like if I move my hand, it'll go back and focus. But if I bring it back, it blurs out. Interesting that it does that. And usually, like if I'm taking a picture or something like that, I can fix that by just tapping the screen. But this time around, I guess because it's like a live stream through YouTube or something, so it's not having none of me right now, let me tell you. And then we'll just add some little flowers. Okay. So I'm just doing this so that the other parts can dry and we can try to do my normal style. See if we can achieve it, because I probably just need to be patient. That could be it. Though I can't be mad at the way the cactus turned out because it turned out pretty cool. Even though, not my style, but it still turned out pretty nice. You can't see the line work though. That's the thing. Completely disappeared. But that's also kind of good because it lets you know, like, hey, I'm opaque like I'm supposed to be. So, all right, is this pot dry? It's still not dry. Man, this stuff, I either use too much water or, because this one's pretty much dry. So I guess we'll do that one. So I have another green that's slightly darker, but I don't want, it's a little similar, so I'm gonna try to mix it. And I know, I still hate mixing, trust me. But I'm gonna mix a little bit so that it's just slightly darker. And I think I'm gonna do like a big swoop because I want that all to be in the shade. And try to get underneath this flower. So that's more my style. So it just seems like I have to be patient in between whatever it is I'm doing. Otherwise, it won't look like how I normally do it. It'll look totally different. I told you we would figure it out, guys. And we still have to be careful because it still can be reactivated from the color underneath. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I guess this one's gonna have kind of a swoop to it too. We could always come back and put that lighter color back over it. It's fine. Okay. I could have just also picked a smaller brush, but it's all good. At least that one's starting to look more like my style. Obviously, it's not going to look exactly like it because we're not quite there yet. But, like, for example, if I wanted to kind of bring that whiteness back, I can just throw this right back on top. And boom, it's back to where it was for the most part. And then I'll bring in a darker one and then we'll go from there. Now, this pot should be dry-ish. I did kind of I don't want to say mess it up. I put too much water. So I'm just going to, and I have the shading on this side, so I'm gonna, this will be the shadow for the pot. Actually, it's a round pot, so it should be something like that, actually. Since, you know, it's round, it should have some kind of roundness to it. This one, I don't want it to look more like my style anymore because then it's going to throw the whole thing off. So we'll try for the blended look again. Our happy accident, because that's exactly what it was. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to recreate our happy accident. Glad I had you guys here with me to test this out, though. Let me tell you. I feel like when I'm talking out my process, and I don't have to worry about talking to myself because I'm actually talking to you guys. But this is usually when I'm by myself, I'm usually talking out my process to myself. And how fun is that to be sitting talking to yourself without sounding like you're crazy? 'Cause, you know, that's a thing. You like the light green? This one? Yeah, this one's looking more like my style. It's also drying faster and better than this one up here where I was using too much water. I like the light green one too. This is also giving me time to think about day 2, which is fish pants. That's the drawing prompt for day 2. I kind of have an idea. And then my manager, she's so awesome. She gave me an idea because I was like, what do they mean by fish pants? And she was sitting there with me and she's like giving me some ideas. So I'm like, all right, we're going to have to try it because fish pants? So I was just like, let's roll with it. I'm kind of in a mood for a Sonic slushie. Those things are so addicting and so good. And I kind of want one. They had like a summer one I wanted to try, but it only came in a medium. And it was kind of sad because I like getting the ones, the really big cups, so I could just drink it all day. Um, I think though I can probably recreate it in a bigger one because it was like lemonade and some other kind of flavor or something. I don't know, but I want it. This one, the color is starting to. All right, let's wait till it dry. I won't mess with it. No Sonic near you. Oh no. That's the best place to get slushies. I mean, there's like 7-Eleven, of course, but 7-Eleven slushies has nothing against the Sonic slushies at all. Plus, the 7-Eleven slushies melt too fast. I can probably bribe him to go get us one when we go washing. Because it's like right down the street, kind of. Heavy emphasis on the kind of part. But he's been driving all day, so I kind of feel bad even asking. So I probably won't even ask. But it sure does sound good. See, yeah, so when you put, see with gouache, if you play around with it too much, it will be wet. And that is what I'm trying to figure out here. I'm having an issue where it's pulling up underneath. Maybe that's why they go light to dark. Because it's still coming out, like it's coming out kind of my style, but it's still having a hard time, you know, staying in my style. It's still starting to look like the other one. So, but the convenience of these colors is so nice. Blue Skies is laughing at me. I don't have the heart to ask. I really don't, but I really would like one. Um, but I don't have the heart to ask. And also knowing that he may or may not take me to my doctor's appointment in the morning also is just like, I really don't have the heart to ask because he's been driving and I know he's tired and he's been trying to play this game he got also. So I'm like, don't got the heart to even ask you that question. But if I bribe him and tell him I'm going to get him one too, you know, maybe that'll be incentive for him to go and get us some. Like, hey, I'll buy you one if you just take us over there. He's more inclined to get like a burger or something though. I don't think he's addicted to the slushies like I am. Because when I tell you, if he's like, let's go get Sonic, you don't even have to ask me twice. Like, yep, let's go. So, but he's more of like, I'll get a burger instead type of person. Me, I want the slushie. I don't care too much for the burgers. They're good, but I prefer the slushies, trust me. So it still turned it out like the other one, but it looks, I mean, I can get behind it. If I just like if I were to whiten this out just slightly, I can get behind it. Because it kind of still looks like my style. It's just a little bit more, it's like blended cell shaded almost. It's not quite the blocky cell shaded that I'm used to using. This one's like blended kind of. So I can still get behind it though. It doesn't look bad. It's just gonna take some practice to like actually get used to purposely doing this style, because these are happy accidents that I'm running across. And I mean, we take those, but if it's not what you're trying for, then it's hard. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit hard to stay consistent if it's not what you're purposely aiming for. So that's a whole thing. But see, like right there, the color is like coming up. So I worked that area a little bit too hard, but hey. All right, let's see if we can get something darker on this pot. It's got like a interesting, and I'm just conveniently picking colors. I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any color mixing or anything like that. This is just pure what's in the thing here. So this back here needs to be, oops. I also don't have the steadiest hand, so forgive me. But practice, you know. You can also just grab a detail brush and do these lines with, but hey, I can cover this up. That would be great, because I kind of went over the line a little bit. It'll probably take a couple passes. You can also use gouache like watercolor right here, which is really honestly what this is starting to look like. It's not really starting to look like what I expected it to. But I hear you can use it as watercolor as well. Now, don't expect me to do that now, because we all know how I am with watercolor. So don't expect watercolor out of me, guys. But you can expect some cool mystery effects like this, because when I tell you that these are the most interesting happy accidents I've ever had as far as a water medium. But they're fun happy accidents, so I don't mind them. But not what I was going for. So hey. But it's a cool little effect. I like it. just taking some water to like blend some of this stuff. This one could use a little bit more of the dark red. Linda, hey, you've come to watch my struggle. It's a struggle, let me tell you. A lot of happy accidents, but it's a struggle. It's also a really late stream because I had some stuff to do today. All right, let's let that dry. We won't fiddle with it too much. I'm gonna try a little bit of a smaller brush for these flowers. Oh, thank you. The struggle, but thank you. I am struggling. I have been struggling for the past 72 minutes and 15 seconds. Um, it's not turning out the way I want it to, but it's still turning out okay. So, oh no. Oh, I'm sure you had some happy accidents. I'm sure your sketches are nice. Your sketches are really cool. I like the abstract ones you do. I like watching those videos. I have to mute the ones where you add music though, because the music drives me a little crazy. But I like watching them. I like to see what, and then when you start coloring them, those are fun. I like watching those videos. If only I can get you to talk through most of them, that would be great. Linda's probably like, okay, Bubbles, I got the hint. You can really tell the gouache that I didn't mix with the toothpick because those are harder to pull the color out of. So I guess I'm gonna have to mix those later because I don't like struggling. So Linda, there is, I'm sure you know who Kesh Art is on YouTube. If you've never seen him, check him out. On Instagram, he's also Kesh Art, but he's Kesh KESHRT. So you know, RT is like art in the social art world. Um, he has a 100-day drawing. No, his is, I'm sorry, not drawing. 100-day sketching challenge, and he has a prompt list of like words and stuff. They're not all like just one word. Like so, day one was cactus, which is what I'm doing here. I drew them yesterday and I'm coloring them today. So mine is going to be probably more like 200-day art challenge or something because I want to also color mine. I don't want to just sketch them. So I'll bring it up really quick. He put out the official 2024 prompt list. It's on Instagram. So on Instagram, he's Kesh Art. That's his Instagram right there. And he also has YouTube. On YouTube, he's Kesh Art, but like actual like spell art. Um, and so I did cactus yesterday. Today is supposed to be fish pants. I might sketch it, but I probably won't like line it and stuff because I want to actually like line and color. I might not color all of them, but I do want to color, you know, get some color down or whatever. So fish pants is, I'm on fish pants technically, and you know, that's gonna be interesting because what in the world? So I have to figure out what fish pants is. Um, it's I'm excited for it. It's supposed to help expand your visual library, which, you know, I didn't think about drawing cactuses before this, so there you have it. This makes the cactus kind of look, something about it looks lopsided. It could have just been the way I drew it. I don't know. It looks a little lopsided, but it's fine. Um, it seemed fun, so I was like, well, let me just go ahead and hop on this little 100-day sketching bandwagon here. And I don't know, it just sounds like something you would be interested in too, so I thought I'd spread the word. That's all. Yeah, it is a fun one. It makes you think, because I was like, what am I supposed to do for fish pants? Like, and then I start coming up with all kind of stuff, and then my manager, she kind of helped me come up with some stuff. She was like, well, why don't you do this, and what if we, and I'm like, okay, yeah, help me here, because what, fish pants? Okay. So I will probably sketch fish pants today, but I probably won't color it today. I don't know if I'm gonna sketch it on stream, because this stream's been going for a while already. And I do want to make sure that my phone is charged for when we go washing. Though I'm probably gonna be mostly my head's gonna be in my sketchbook, so it's not like I'm really gonna need my phone for anything, because this laundry place still uses quarters, so it's not like it's automated or anything. But if I do manage to drag them to Sonic, I'm gonna need my phone for the Sonic app. Let's color some of this sand at the bottom. We got some sand here. Um, I'm excited for it. I was like, okay, cool, and then also it's gonna help me fill my sketchbook, because as you all know, the sketchbook is chunky, and though I'm making progress, it doesn't seem like it, because I'm stubborn and I want to color my pages. So I'm having, it's taking me a little while, I guess. So let's do something crazy for the sand. I'm just gonna have a damp brush. Oh yeah. It's mostly me just rambling on about Yuki and his experience at the groomer today. We took him to get his nails clipped, and boy, that was an experience. Never seen my dog fight like that until today. And it was so funny, because I was like, why didn't you fight like that when you were getting beat up by Roscoe? Like, you just let him beat you up and pin you down and, throw you around like a little rag doll. And you fought this groomer like your life depended on it. Ooh, ooh. Did you get the full set? What did you get? Oh, See, so I know you're gonna go live, and I'm gonna go over there with you, and you're going to show those off, right? Right. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, the sleepover. Boy, let me tell you, that was a rough. I haven't lost that much sleep in I don't know how long. Those two will not let you sleep. They want to play all night. It was a struggle to get them in the bed to go to sleep, because they followed each other around like shadows. It was crazy. They had a blast, and they really didn't want Yuki didn't want Roscoe to go. We had to fight Roscoe to get him in the car. He kept trying to jump out of the window. Yuki tried to chase after the car when they were pulling off. It was a whole dramatic Titanic Jack and Rose scene. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh, bring your butt upstairs. And do you know he sat in the living room and stared at the front door half the night? I was like, Yuki, he has gone home. And he looked back at me like, be quiet. I am waiting on my friend to come through this door. And he sat there. I felt so bad. I said, Yuki, you know, I said, he'll be back. He has to go home. Man, I might as well have been talking to a wall. I said, okay, well, I said, your bed is ready. When you are ready to be done staring at that front door, you're more than welcome to come get in the bed when you're ready. I don't know how long he sat at that front door because I got in the bed and went to sleep. And then when I woke up, he had came back home from work and Yuki was in there hanging out with him. So I'm just like, guy, it was not that serious. But I guess it was because he was not having it. He was like, no, you went out this door. We went out the door together and we didn't come back with my friend. So what's up with that? That's basically the look I was getting. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what to tell you, buddy. It's time for him to go home. You both been driving me totally crazy this entire time. And, I had to leave work to come home because you guys were fighting like cats and dogs. And then when I got home, you were immediately best friends again. So, ooh, I'm telling you guys, I was like, what is happening? Wasn't prepared for that. Was not prepared for that at all. But it was fun. It was a blast having Roscoe over for sure. But man, when I tell y'all, it might be a while because it was the fights like cats and dogs for me. I was not prepared or ready for that. And my neighbor's so awesome. She was like legitimately knocking on the door every 10 minutes to get them to stop fighting. I was like, you girls are something else. Like, let me tell you how crazy. But it was fun, you know. I don't know if this looks like sand, but we'll roll with it. It looks like sand for now, I suppose. I'm gonna just figure that out. Okay. I think I like the other color, the golden color, as the medium color versus this other weird color that I put in there. So I'm gonna bring that back. Just kind of dot it around. But yeah, this gave me good enough reason to test out my new paint. Because I was like, 100-day drawing challenge? Sure. Just dotting around it so it kind of looks a little bit more believable as sand, even though there's a shadow right here. Now the shadow came out better than I thought it was gonna. Anyway, still, and then I could always take like a paint marker and go over some of this stuff. Hey, View. Miss View. I don't know where my space head self has been like when I've been watching your videos, but I see you got Ken Masuda's coloring book, and now I feel like going all the way back to California to get the one I seen in Kinokuna's bookstore because I picked it up and I put it back down. I've been wanting that book forever, and I cannot wait to see you complete some pages in there. The Japanese book with the animals. Yeah, I was watching one of your videos, but I was kind of like, it was like I was falling asleep, and I seen you flash it across the screen, and I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Is that Ken Matsuda's coloring book?" I said, "Oh, she done went and snuck off and got Ken Matsuda's coloring book." Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen a flash of it. It flashed across the screen. I said, "Oh, there go my nap." I said, "Let me get up." Mm-hmm. We gotta do something about his shoes. I don't know what color. I guess brown. I got some brown sitting here, so I might as well use them. Yeah, I was like, okay. I said, I see View over here with Ken Matsuda's coloring book. I said, is she trying to make it seem like I don't see this book here sitting, flashing across my screen? I said, okay. I'm gonna get it one of these days. I know, me too. Isn't it beautiful? I'd be too scared to color in it. That's whew, that's something I would just get and sit and look at. It's so pretty. And if I mess up a page, I'd probably start crying because it's that pretty. I'll be calling you like, View, I'm about to buy a second copy. I done messed up a page. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna try to be up for that because, yes, I'm gonna need a whole reflip. I don't know if you flipped it or not, but I need a whole reflip because I'm gonna need that. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna get it. I keep saying I'm gonna get it, but the thing is, I feel like I need to color some more in Wildergorn just to justify it. You afraid? Okay, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for that live. Just I don't. YouTube hasn't been very great at tagging, reminding me about streams and stuff. I don't know what day and age YouTube is living in, but I need some better reminders from them because they don't. Them notifications is not it. So, Linda and View, because I know you guys weren't here at the beginning. I did a thing, and I got the Himi Gouache full set, and I know you guys missed the beginning, but yeah. So that's what I'm painting with. In case you guys was like, what is she using? It has 112 colors. I have not swatched them all. And in all honesty, after coloring today, I don't think I need to because the colors pretty much match what the paint looks like. But they did send a swatch sheet, so I think I may swatch them at some point, but I don't think I really need to. I feel like they could use a little bit more browns, like the reddish browns. But other than that, this is a really good mix of colors. And honestly, I think this thing was only 50 bucks. It's really cheap. And you get a lot of paint in these cups. Like I got it's the twin cup set, so you get in each cup you get two colors. So like you can see, and yes, I can flip it upside down. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's fine. I just wrote the numbers on the side for the colors, but look, you get so much in there. I do have to get they have like this moisturizing spray because what I've been doing, because they're just sitting on my desk, but when I'm done using them, I just I have like a bottle where I had my glasses cleaner in here, but it's just water now because my glasses cleaner ran out. But I just spray it and then put the thing over it, and it's fine. They don't really They haven't really dried out or anything. So, and I mean, we've been sitting here for a while and they still look, you know, really good. So, and I mean, for the price, you know what I mean? It's really good, and you don't have to worry about using your good stuff. At least, cause that's kind of what I was freaking out about. I was like, I don't really want to use my good paint for practice in my sketchbook and whatnot. So I was like, let me. Linda said, "Lord help me." I'm sorry, Linda. I'm sorry. And Lord help me because I have something else in my cart and I'm trying to I'm making myself wait because I did miss a whole day and a half of work. So I'm trying to make myself wait. Just I need to make sure that you know, everything that I need to take care of is taken care of before I just be like spin, and then be like, oh, I need noodles and cereal for the next month. So, but I do have something else in my cart that because I'm really into the paint. Um, I'm into the paint markers. I think that is like when coloring my own stuff, I think that's my favorite medium. And alongside the squash that I'm having a blast with, um, so I have something else in my cart, and I'm like, just like, Bubbles, please don't hit that button yet. You've already missed a whole day and a half of work. Act like you got some sense and enjoy what you know, enjoy the gouache. And then when come time to push that button in your cart, then do so. But as of right now, it's just sitting in my cart and it's waving at me, but I haven't hit the button. I won't hit the button. But I found also the pinks and reds, the new pinks and reds set from the Toolie Art paint pens. I found those. I put that on my wish list, the ones Brittany Daniels was talking about. I think it was Brittany Daniels that was talking about it. I found that set and I added that to my wish list because I was like, I'm gonna need it because I don't think I have a lot of pinks and reds in my Toolie Art paint pens. So even though it looks like still it's more pinks than anything, but we'll see. It's on my wish list. It's not in my cart because I don't know. I still need the grays and the blues first. Use it with what? The gouache? Just when I'm finished. Um I just use regular water, but I have a pot of water right here. It's pretty gross because I've been coloring with it, but the spray bottle is for when I'm finished and I'm ready to store them. I just spritz some water over it so that they don't dry out. It's airtight, the container, but just until I get, because there's like some spray that's supposed to go with it that keeps it moisturized or something like that and keeps from mold and bacteria and stuff growing or something crazy like that. So I have that in my cart. I'm going to place that order because I do feel like that's something I need. But I just use regular water when I'm painting. Unless I'm using watercolors, then I use my spray bottle. I'm just adding some color here. Just different cactus. Just, I don't know. Just having some fun with these colors, I think. I'm gonna bring some some white into this, but I'm not gonna grab it with a dirty paintbrush. Thank you. I'm trying, because when I say I'm not used to, now I'm used to acrylic gouache. You guys see me use acrylic gouache, and then also this, like I said, this paper is not even meant for gouache. I'm shocked it's holding up. It's actually just marker paper that I'm using it on. So it dries pretty fast when I don't use a pound of water, because that's what I was, this one looks a little wonky at the top because I was using too much water. So he's a little patchy looking, but I think that I'm going to need, I don't think these are going to be light enough. Let's see. I do have a lighter green that I can mix with this. Besides, uh, let's see. Yep, we can go with this one. Problem is, though, I'm either using not enough water all the time or too much. And you can't really, you can't move it around too much because it will re-wet the color underneath. Because I'm impatient and I'm not letting it dry all the way, it is reactivating the color underneath. Because I don't have no patience, none whatsoever. So that's what's going on with this little cactus. But you can see the color still, as long as you're not crazy going over it. I still prefer the filbert brush over the flat though. But this one looks a little bit more like my style, so I kind of like it. I just have to get used to being patient and letting the colors do whatever it is they're supposed to be doing, and not me trying to force it to do things that it doesn't want to do. Like, I keep playing with this part right here, but I need to just leave it alone. Before it starts looking blended, and that's not what I'm going for. This water is gross. Let's see, I need something just a tad bit lighter than that. I could go with like a very light bluish green. We could even go with a white, but it's still pretty wet. But again, you guys know I'm impatient. No patience. But I gotta say, gouache is pretty fun. I'll give him that. I still think I like acrylic gouache better because I'm not a fan of the color activating underneath. But this is good for practice, so I'm okay with it. This has a cool texture to it too. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Probably color some other things in my sketchbook with this. I'm feeling a little daring today. Not too daring, just a little bit though. See how it mixes with my paint markers and stuff like that? This is bugging me right here. Just gonna kind of, like, I like the style of it, but I also kind of like the blendy style. Uh-oh, too much water. All right, that'll blend well though, because it's supposed to look like that, I think. Heavy on the I think part. If I dry brush it and just kind of, and I'll have to wait for this one to dry to do that though, because it's a little crazy looking. I don't know what happened there, but all right. I think a drop of water kind of flowed down from somewhere. But okay, it was looking like my style until that drop of water kind of hit it, but it's fine. We'll do this one like blended too. At least I know how to do that non-accidentally now, I guess. And then I'm just gonna take a wet or damp-ish brush and just kind of let the rest of this do its thing. See, it's like you can reactivate it when you want to. It's the when you don't want to part for me that's kind of annoying. Because it's like, what if I didn't want that to be that way? But I guess you can always like relayer it and whatnot if you need to. That's like a thing too, I guess. See, that's the consistency I need right there. I don't know what I just did, but that's what I'm looking for. I'll figure it out. This is only day one, so you know. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Don't you worry. I'll be a semi-master at it. Hopefully, one day. If I use them though for this 100 days of sketching, if I keep using the gouache, I will probably get better. Heavy emphasis on the probably and hoping that I don't get annoyed and be like, okay, worst investment of my life. But for now, I'm actually enjoying it, so. It's all good. It almost makes me want to bring out my actual acrylics, which is also good because I should be using those too. But not my Turners though and my Holbeins, because I just don't feel like I should use those in my sketchbook. I feel like that should be something that is used like on final pieces, because those are like my light fast stuff. But it almost makes me want to bring them out, almost. And I think I stashed them because I don't even know where they are. I probably stashed them just because I knew that was going to happen. I probably was like, nope, put these away because you're going to feel like you want to use them. And honestly, guys, I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, where did I stash them? I guess it's a good thing they're stashed, but at the same time, I would like to know where they are. And I would like to stop losing my things. Because if I did want to do a final piece on something, like where did they go? But for those, like I said, I just like to use those on like canvases and final pieces and stuff like that. I don't know where they are. I'm not gonna worry about it. They're around. And then, but I also have like actual acrylics. So I have. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, I have like a whole thing of like Target brand acrylic. And when I go to Target, I just get a couple of them. And some of them are like the Target brand, and then some of them are like, who is this? Whoever these guys are. But I don't use them enough, so I feel like I need to bring them out and use them. But you know, acrylics are acrylics. Once they're dry, they're set. So. Interesting though that my actual whatchamacallits have mysteriously disappeared. It's not that mysterious. I probably popped them in a box somewhere, so I wouldn't be tempted to use them in my sketchbook. So I can almost guarantee that's what I did. But so like for, I was trying to show you guys that they don't, how different they are from regular gouache, but I can't show you if I can't find them. So there's that, which is odd because they were just up here a couple days ago. And the only thing that I did was put away some books that I know I wasn't going to be coloring in. But I'm like, did I stash those too? Well, anyway, so like for, I guess I can just show you like what I'm talking about since I can't find them. So like for this one, I use my Turner, and Holbein acrylic gouache. And if I were to try to re-wet this, it won't re-wet. It's gonna stay the way it is. It won't blend, it won't wet, it won't reactivate, it won't do anything. So if I were to just spray water on this, it's not going to reactivate. Whereas if I was to drop this in a puddle, all of this is going to reactivate. If I spill water on it, anything like that, it will reactivate. Uh, you guys, where on earth is? Oh, you know what? You guys, I'm so slow. I know exactly where it is. First of all, staring me right in my face. It's just underneath. This is why I said I need to clean up. It's underneath some things, so you know. So, because I don't know, some of you might not have ever even seen what I'm talking about. So, this one is done with these ones here. So you see how it says, well, it's acrylic gouache, but they call it acryl gouache, which is really just acrylic gouache. So once these dry, they're permanent. They don't re-wet at all. None of these. Even the Holbein acrylic gouache. Now Holbein has regular gouache too, so you have to pay attention because the acrylic gouache, it'll say acrylic polymer such and such, such and such, so on and so forth, which is just acrylic gouache. It's the same thing as this. This is just the Turner brand, and this is the Holbein brand. But these are super light fast and everything, so I don't like to use those in my sketchbook. I like to use those on things like canvases. So like this. So like these are the different sizes. I like to do small. This is the biggest one I've done on a canvas. I don't even know what size this is. Huge. Too big for me. Right now, this is just, I don't normally even draw this big. And Miso is, you know, he's looking a little like he needs to eat a little bit more on this one. But I love using acrylic gouache. It, to me, I like it better than the gouache, but I still like the gouache. The gouache was fun. The look, it's a different look than what I'm used to. So I think I should be able to mix, you know, my gouache, my acrylic gouache, and my paint markers together and get some cool effects, I think. So that's something that I kind of want to look into as far as like using my supplies, which is something I really need to be doing anyway. So, now I don't know if I'm comfortable enough with using this stuff in coloring books. I'd rather stick to my normal, which is like pencils and markers and stuff like that. I don't like to use this kind of stuff in my coloring books. Plus, I don't have a coloring book that'll take that much water anyway, and not drive me crazy. Because this is technically just marker paper, but if you look, it barely buckled. Barely. And I mean, I think this one's only buckling because I used a heck of a load of water on that one, and it still took it pretty nice. So let me put the cap on this water because I'm looking at it and I'm doing all this moving and I see myself knocking it over. My paint pens, even those, they don't buckle the paper. Even when I did this other sketch with you guys, it didn't buckle the paper. So even the watercolors, I mean, the watercolors didn't even really buckle the paper. So this sketchbook takes water better than, I mean, it's 120-pound paper, but it's really smooth. So there's like no texture to this at all because it's marker paper. So it's not really, that's why he's at the restaurant. Exactly. You see what's in his hand, right? And he loves to eat. He loves food. So I don't know why I drew him so skinny there. I mean, he's not fat either, but he's not that skinny. Like if you look, he's got some meat on his bones anyway. And he was just a little bit too skinny on that one. And sometimes I draw him accidentally too skinny, but um, he does have he's a little chunky. He's not fat, but he's not small. So he was a little too small on that one, but it's okay. That's why I'm practicing drawing him. But I think that I'm gonna try. I don't have my swatch, my marker swatches. I was gonna try to marker some of that out, but yeah, it's fine. So I think I don't know if I'm gonna color all of them when I do the 100 days challenge. I'll probably just do depending on because I want to fill up the whole page with whatever the prompt is. So I may or may not color the whole page. I may or may not, you know, color it with just gouache. I want to use my paint markers too. I think this one's my favorite. This one came out pretty nice too. But I like the greens in this set. They're pretty nice. But I kind of want to go back. There's like some things that I think I can practice coloring in here. Maybe this page. I'm scared for how it's gonna turn out though. And then maybe this one because I don't really care how this one turns out. I was just practicing drawing some monster. I don't know. This one I'm scared to do because it came out so cool and I really just want to leave it the way it is and I might. But I want to see if I can get color with the gouache with my size of sketching. So I want to do that. And maybe the fish. That'll be kind of cool. But I don't know. Definitely, I don't think I'm ready to do anything with this size because this is really tiny. I'm not that bold yet. I still haven't lined this one. Something about this one seems off. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's this door over here that's making everybody look bigger than what they're supposed to be. So I might erase that and kind of make it bigger or something because it's throwing it off or something. Or I might just shorten this because I really just threw that in there because I couldn't think of anything else to draw. So I might just erase that and just leave it as is because that just was there and it's making the rest of the picture look weird. But I don't think I'm ready to like do gouache on something that tiny. That's really tiny. But this one I still want to color with you guys, so I haven't colored it yet. So we'll see. I mean, moving forward, I do like it. It has like a chalk, not really. I don't know. It has a nice texture to it. I like touching it. So that is that. I'm gonna work on fish pants while I'm at the laundromat today. So, which I probably should start getting ready for here soon. But it will be fish pants. So that's what I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna get off of here because I'm sure Linda or View is gonna jump on and I wanna go be nosy on their side while I am getting ready. So before I do that though, so this is what I mean. So like I'm about to put these away. So I just take the little spritz bottle. I'm gonna order the moisturizer. They have like some moisturized stuff or whatever. But I just take it and do like a light spritz over all the colors. And I just put the top on it. The top is like, it has like foam stuff. And it's airtight. It's actually pretty good with the airtightness. I think it goes this way. I don't know. Anyway, I just put the lid on it. And you can wipe the paint off the top. But I don't have time for that. And then I just close it and boom. And then it has a handle that you can use for carrying if you want to, but it just sits on my desk, so I don't need this part. And yeah, so I just spritz it and put it away. And it stays pretty moisturized, but I do want to get the actual spray for it because I don't want to just keep spraying water and then have an issue with mold. I have to get a, oh, okay. Oh, 3 appointments. My goodness. I I do have 1 appointment tomorrow that I have to go to, and then after that I should be free. So if anybody wants to draw or color or what have you, just hit me up on Instagram. I'll hop on your channel too. So I was using the little towel on the side. I think this thing is washable. It feels like it could be, but I'd probably like hand wash it or just like soak it in some soap or something when it gets really bad. Not really bad, but when it gets like, starts to look gross, then I will wash it. But yeah, I enjoy it. I think it was a good buy. And um here's the colors again in case anybody is interested. And it's by Himi. I think it's like the actual whole name is like Maya Himi something something. I don't know. It's like, so sometimes it can say Himi or it can say Maya on the front. It's the same people. But yeah, those are the colors. And I'm about to go work on my fish pants a little bit before we go and just kind of relax until it's time to go wash. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you all. I need to print out that page, actually, that 100 drawing prompt thing. I might actually print that out on a piece of paper because pulling it up on my phone is crazy. I just had no problem finding it. Oh no. Uh-oh. But I'm just gonna print what you call it? I'm gonna print the 100 sketching challenge and just stick it in the back pocket here so I don't have to keep pulling it up on my phone. Bubbles is an enabler. Sometimes. I do know that you are going to enjoy the heck out of those light fast pencils. The Pablos too, but I know you're really gonna like the light fast. Those are really nice pencils, and they work wonderfully in Kirby's book too. Um, but yeah, so I'm not gonna clean this because I actually re-wet these and use them. So, and these were some nice colors and so on and so forth. So, it's not like acrylic wash where you have to clean it because you can't reuse it. I can actually reuse these. So, I'm not gonna bother cleaning it. What I am gonna go clean is this water because it looks like a matcha green tea, and I'm gonna go clean that. But I also do have another pot up here. I keep a couple, but I keep screw tops on them because I'm clumsy. So I have a tinier one. I'm gonna go refill my bottle, and I usually do this after every paint session. Refill my bottle and clean my water. Um, my brushes usually get a nice rinse, but not often. And then I always check my other paint brushes to see if they need refilling. So these definitely do because the plunger is like at the bottom. And then I think this one's about half, so it's not too bad. But I need to refill these two. Probably this one too. So that's the kind of stuff I do when I'm done painting and such. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna work on fish pants, and I may be on tomorrow depending on how I'm feeling after my appointment. We'll see. I had half a mind to go into work for a half day tomorrow, but I don't know. No promises on that. We'll see. I'm gonna find out how busy it is first. But anyway, I will see you all later or tomorrow. And thanks for hanging out with me. I know Linda's gonna go run and buy those paints. To be fair, they are really nice. Um, it's the taking the paper off of them that took the most time, but after that, they're really fun. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Linda, blue skies. Bye, everybody. View, if you're still here. I'll see you guys on tomorrow, probably. Bye.